This is Gamer Hater here, E3 Roundup. We're talking about the games of E3.
The South Park game. Now, I've never been a huge South Park fan. Yeah, it's alright to watch with other people once in a while when you can just talk about stupid shit through most of it. But, for me, I am a huge Bethesda fan. So this brings me a whole lot of conflict because I think the game has to succeed on its own merits entirely just by being a great Bethesda game and not just because it's riding the coattails of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's intellectual property. Of course, there's the obvious elephant in the room, Watch Dogs. Having lived in Chicago for 5 years, I was completely blown away by how lovingly detailed and accurate the environments they showed us were. But you know what? Watch Dogs, more than any other game demo, they showed the perfect way to display the game because they actually showed us the game, like the actual gameplay, not just a bunch of cutscenes that'll make you think, oh, that's cool. They actually showed you, this is cool. You get to be a modern-day secret agent.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved it.
Very true.
The thing that blew me away, towards the end of the demo, camera zooms out, you see another agent on top of a roof talking about what another agent is doing, and then they go off and do their own story. So it's showing the multiplayer aspect of this awesome open world game. So you don't get to just experience this open world by yourself. You get other people inhabiting it, and it's gonna be sweet. I can't see that game messing up. Best game of E3, hands down.
Yeah.
Zombie U looks really cool. Interesting new dynamic where when your character dies, they become a zombie, and you have to retrieve your gear from your character that is now a zombie. So you have to kill your old character to get your stuff back. Very interesting thing to do. Blacklist, the new Splinter Cell game, taking it in a different direction where it's a little more action-packed. The Splinter Cell series has been getting to that point. They keep getting more action-oriented as they go along. But it looks like, at least from the gameplay demo, that it has a healthy mix of what made Splinter Cell great and then what new games are going to now, more action-oriented. Black Ops 2 does look cool, though. I think it looks cool.
Sick.
I think it looks really cool. And I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. I actually, when I say I'm not a big fan, I mean, I fucking hate Call of Duty, but I'll play Black Ops 2 because it does look really sweet. Far Cry 3, I think it looks really awesome. I've never got into Far Cry before, but I think it's pretty sweet. Maybe I'm biased because the very first thing you see in the gameplay demo of that is tits, and I'm cool with that. Assassin's Creed 3 looks awesome. They showed it in pretty much every press conference. I love the environment they're doing, the historical significance of it. Obviously, we are Americans. We love America, and our revolution is an awesome time to be a badass assassin in.
Absolutely. I feel like this is the time that I need to get into the Assassin's Creed series and play those other two games leading up to it.
Yep.
Because as I've evolved as a gamer, I've come to appreciate a lot more of the style of play that Assassin's Creed represents. And I feel like now that I can have a more personal connection as an American, this is the one that's going to be cool because fuck those redcoats.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah.
Other games coming out. We got Tomb Raider. Looks really cool, but Uncharted much. If you guys watch that trailer, she gets beat the fuck up in that trailer.
No
she gets
kidding. I mean, that's like an episode of Cops all in one demo.
She's like Christina Ricci. Like, the dirtier and the more beat up she gets, somehow the hotter she looks. So
yeah, very
that's
true.
it, you know.
But I'll probably play that game. Last of Us, guys, another from Naughty Dog, the Uncharted creators. I think it looks pretty cool. Like, it's a good mix of you have the awesome gameplay and story that Uncharted brings to the table. Now you're in a post-apocalyptic world, and you have to deal with the survival aspect where you have to forge for supplies, and you have to worry about this little girl that you're taking across the country for whatever reason. And the fact that it is like
so it's an entire game that's an escort mission?
But she actually does stuff. They showed in that gameplay demo the brutality of it. He slams a dude's face into a corner of a table and just like blows him up. Like that's pretty sweet. I love the fact that it is like a quote-unquote zombie tale, but they're using the fungi from the planet Earth where it takes over the brain. That's cool. Beyond taking Ellen Page and making her the actress of the game, Academy nominee.
Nerd Goddess.
And then they also just announced that there's more Hollywood talent to come that they haven't announced. That's awesome. Last thing I want to say, fucking Dead Space 3. Stick to your fucking roots, man. Like, your survival horror. You are not all about the action. Now they're like, man, you got co-op through the whole campaign. Drop in, drop out. Hardcore multiplayer action. I don't give a fuck.
That ruins the feel of Dead Space, because the feeling of Dead Space that makes it a successful horror game, that first one, was that feeling of aloneness, that isolation. That's what made everything scarier. It was just down to you and your little laser cutter thing to fight off these kind of ridiculous, horrifying experiments.
Like, survival horror is a niche. I think we all can agree. The people that love survival horror will buy a survival horror title because it is survival horror, and they're moving away from that, so they're alienating part of their core audience. So, fuck you guys.
And there are too many
EA,
games that
you
do
can
it well
suck
nowadays.
a dick.
Right.
I think that wraps up for the games. Do we all say game it, or do we say hate it to the games of
Watch
E3?
Dogs alone makes the game
Just, I
display
agree.
Makes it a
game,
game,
and I
yeah.
feel like there's going to be some other stuff that each of us individually likes. I think we all got to agree that we enjoy what's going to be the future of gaming for the next couple of years.
Keep checking us out on YouTube. Keep checking us out on Twitter. Keep checking us out on Facebook. This is Game It or Hate It for the whole E3 wrap-up. Thank you guys. Check us out.
Game it!